Hi guys, I'm Ninosha. Today I'm going to share with you a very amazing recipe of my favorite chicken curry called the East Indian Frithad Chicken Curry. So stay tuned. So for the chicken Frithad curry, you're going to need some finely chopped onion. These are the dry roasted masalas. So I'll be sending you the list of the ingredients in the video itself. You need some cloves of garlic, and this I'm using 900 grams of chicken. So you need to wash it, and we will be marinating the chicken as well. So guys, it's now time to marinate the chicken. We now need to add about 1 teaspoon of turmeric, and as well as 1 teaspoon of salt. So now all we need to do is just marinate the chicken with the salt and the turmeric. Make sure all the turmeric and salt goes for all of the chicken pieces. So our chicken is now ready. We need to now set this aside for at least an hour before we put it in for the cooking along with the gravy. So I've already shared the list of ingredients with you along with the photos. So you need to begin with dry roasting all of the masalas. So these are all the dry masalas which you need to dry roast for a few minutes. So keep the flame on medium heat. Don't keep it too fast. We just want to lightly roast it. Don't keep it too slow and don't keep it too fast either. Just medium heat would be good for the dry roasting. So what this does is it releases the fragrance and the flavors of all the masalas, and you get a really strong flavor after you roast all of the dry masalas together. So it's required because it needs to be a little bit roasted and fragrant before we put it into the mixie along with the coconut and the garlic. So it needs to roast quite well before you blend it. And you're also going to need some dry roasted coconut. Next we need to add in the grated coconut. So for this you need to keep the flame on low because it's very prone to getting burnt easily. So once it starts roasting and you get a little bit of fragrance and you can see the coconut starts browning, that's when we need to turn off the heat. Keep stirring in, otherwise there's a high chance that it will get burnt. So keep on moving it gently and keep roasting it for a while. Okay, so guys, you can see that the coconut is now turned a little brown. So this is the color that we're looking for. It shouldn't be too dark brown. It should be a very light brown, as you can see in the video. And this is what is required for mixing it with the masalas. So this is how the coconut will finally look like, and you'll also start getting a nice coconutty fragrance. So once that happens, and this is the color which you can see, it's like a golden brown. So this is what you need for mixing it with the masalas. Also, you're going to need some tamarind water. This is about 2 tablespoons of tamarind water. And you're also going to need oil, about 3 tablespoons. So you're going to have to put everything into the blender. So all the dry roasted masalas go in first, followed by the garlic. And now we're going to put in our coconut, the dry roasted coconut. So all of it's in there. I'm going to close the lid now. So let's So this is how it looks when it's dry, blended. This was for about 30 seconds, 30 to 40 seconds. I'll now be adding water to this as well. So I'm adding about quarter glass of water to this. Now we'll be blending it again. So I'm adding a little bit more water, about quarter glass, because the mixture is still quite coarse. So this is how it should look. It should be a paste-like consistency, a little bit of a runny paste, and that's when you know that it's done. So guys, it's time to now fry our onions. I've taken about 3 tablespoons of oil in the kadhai. We need to keep this on about medium heat for a few seconds before we add in our onions. So you can see it's starting to bubble up now. You can put your hand above and check the heat. It's starting to crackle a bit. So we can now add in our onions. So we need to fry the onions. You can put the flame once again on medium. So it will take some time to fry. It needs to turn golden brown. So fry it on medium heat for a little while, and it will turn translucent first, and after that it will start turning golden brown. My grandmother actually used to make this a little differently. She would slice the onions, but I prefer using the chopped onions because they are much easier to fry, and they turn golden brown much faster as compared to the sliced onions. And even while eating, it's a lot easier to eat and chew the chopped onions rather than the sliced onions. The onions are now a nice golden brown color. You need to turn up the heat a little bit in case it's taking a longer time. So you can put on high flame, and now you can see that they form into a nice lovely golden brown color. And it's now time to add our chicken. So I'm now adding in the chicken pieces one by one. You need to fry the chicken pieces along with the onions for a little while, and after that, once it's fried and we have the onions nicely blended with the chicken, then we add the brown masala, which is the coconut masala which is ground with the roasted masala. So when we add in the chicken, we need to make sure that the heat is on slow. We'll slowly mix the chicken with the onions and let it fry for a little while, say about 5 to 10 minutes. And after that, once the chicken has been fried a little bit, we'll be adding in the masalas. So guys, it's been 10 minutes since our chicken has been fried with the onions. So you can see it's starting to cook quite nicely. And there's some water now which is being released by the chicken itself. So it's now time to add our masala. So this is the blender and this is the paste which we had prepared earlier. So I'm just pouring it into the chicken now. So guys, this is the chicken that has been simmering and boiling for a bit now after we added in the masala. So you can see that the oil has started separating. This is a sign that the gravy is almost ready. There's one last step which is remaining, which is to add in the tamarind. So by now you can tell that we are already getting the amazing aroma of the gravy. So I remember I used to come home from school and I would really get this strong aroma right from the bottom of the belly. So I'm adding in the tamarind right now. As you can see, you need to strain it because you can't have the pieces of tamarind in the gravy. So once it's strained, you need to stir it in. The aroma is so good that I would actually ask my grandmother when I would get the aroma when I came back from school that, are you making the Frithad curry today? And she would be so amazed that I would actually know that it's the curry that I love so much that she's preparing for me today. Let's just stir this in a little bit very lightly. Be very careful when you're stirring the chicken pieces. So you can see it's a very rich orange color that we have of the gravy. So just to let you know that I have not added too many seeds of the chilies. I had removed most of the chilies, most of the seeds from the chilies. And because we don't really have it too spicy, we don't really like it too spicy. And but if you like it spicy, if you like it more spicy, you can add in and keep in all the seeds in the red chilies which we've added in the masala. So we are going to be eating it with the pav today, and I'm really looking forward to it because it tastes really delicious with pav. So guys, we are now going to add in a little bit of salt. We have already added about a teaspoon of salt to the chicken over here. So now I'm just adding about half a teaspoon of salt. We also have tamarind, so let's not add too much salt, otherwise it might just make the gravy too salty. So I just added a little bit of salt, and this should help with the flavoring of the gravy. So guys, the gravy is now ready. As you can see now, the oil is separated and has come on the top. So this is a sign that the gravy is now actually ready. And you can now serve it. You can have it with maybe white rice or with pav. So I prefer having it with pav. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you next time.